Hello, and welcome back to Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts, the Norwegian campaign. So, I've already sent out some ships here, and we're gonna start invading some British territory. Let's start with Belize. Okay, that's not possible yet, this turn, I guess. Maybe next turn. Well, probably next turn. But what's also pressing is that the British are sending quite a few ships right outside of here. So let's see what we can scramble up to meet them. So that's 3 battleships and a battlecruiser, joined by another 2 light cruisers and a DD. That's a German fleet behind there. Oh! Yeah, no, okay. There's more than 3 battleships. There was a huge fleet here, hidden behind a DD. Alright, okay. That's a fleet. Okay, so... I'm gonna have to pull out all the stops here. Everything that is available, basically. Oh, this thing is being repaired. That's a bummer. If I've got 2 squadrons of DDs, that'll just make it difficult. Maybe I will need it. Maybe. I got more capital ships though, in the form of 3 battlecruisers here. Let's send out those 2. Okay, so they will have a total of 6, 8, 9 DDs. And Dannebrog is being refit, but I can send out Svea, a battlecruiser with 12 14-inch guns. That's quite a lot of firepower. Let's add another couple of heavy cruisers here. Actually, no, let's not. Yeah, let's keep them in port for now. So those are 4 Berserker class DDs. Okay, I can add another 4 Berserkers from here. So I end up with 8 DDs, but they're all the same class. Okay. That is looking like a battle fleet. These things can stay in port on low crew. If I end up needing them, then things will obviously have gone very, very wrong. In fact, these things, these 2, I'm gonna send them to Bergen. And then they can create some battles there. So that's the British kind of taken care of. The Chinese and the French, very heavy presences down here, where I've got nothing. Now, because I'm at war with Britain, I cannot pass through Gibraltar. And I cannot take it, because the associated sea region is the Western Mediterranean. So it has to be taken from this side. Cannot take it from the Atlantic. You just don't get the option of starting the naval invasion. Now the invasion circle will be huge enough that, yeah, you can put ships into it from the Atlantic side, but you can't actually start the invasion from there. You need ships in the Mediterranean, which I don't have. So that is that. Let's see what the French are planning. If they want to come out and like fight me here, then I do have some battlecruisers here ready for them. Maud and Martha. Maybe I should bring them also into this big battle. I do end up with three Dreadnought type battleships, supported by two pre-Dreadnoughts, and 4 battlecruisers. And we are going up against 13 battleships, 3 battlecruisers. Yeah, I do think I will need these things. I can leave the light cruisers behind. All right. This is gonna be a bit of a fight. Let's see. Yeah, I am enlarging my shipyards. I'm getting Mark III 15-inch guns, which I don't have any 15-inch guns on any of my ships. Mark III 16s, that's what I would like to have, but I guess we'll have to wait. Yeah, the Brits are bringing 600,000 tons to the fight. I'm bringing almost 3. I guess almost 4,000 tons. 100,000 tons. Excuse me. So, yep. Let's see how it goes. Russia found oil. Good for them. Empire of Japan and Byzantine Empire. France and Empire of Japan. China and Portugal. I'm getting the French. This is not the big British fleet I was looking for. Well, okay then. It's a much smaller fleet. 4 battleships, 4 battlecruisers. Very light on escorts. The French evidently like their 18-inch guns. Both their Charles Martell class battleships and their Richelieu class battlecruisers. The Victoire class battlecruisers have 18-inch guns. The Richelieu have 16.4s. I've got one of these that I've refit. It's the Riga. I think mine is better than theirs. That's still a lot of firepower though. Hopefully they're only Mark 1 18s. And I think my DDs and torpedo boats will do well here. So the French are light on escorts. That makes life easier for my DDs and torpedo boats. It also means I will probably just send my armored and light cruisers home, just so they don't take damage from this, because one thing to consider is that this task force here will probably have to fight that huge British task force next turn. Alright, so first of all, Tyr and Magnus Barfoot, you exist in my navy simply to keep DDs and torpedo boats away from my actual dreadnought type battleships, which is not going to be an issue here. So you are going home, as are my armored cruisers. I guess the light cruisers as well. Which are a bit out of the sea right now, but there we go. Also, Fryktløs and Freddy, give them a refit. New main tower. Same with Topper. Okay. So we are going this way. You are Division 4. Topper, you will join with that one. Okay, I thought you were Division 4, but I guess you were not. Just normal distance. Battlecruisers. You can go in 2 lines, that is fine. Just please actually sail in a decent formation this time around. Flamberger class torpedo boats, you have a role to play. But first off, you're just gonna do donuts here. Same with the berserkers. You will get to play, just not right away. "18 knots, you are decent, okay. 17.3 knot is my Dreadnought cruising speed. And we are spotting the enemy far away. Svea spotting them actually. Yeah, these are the Richelieu class battlecruisers, which we know and love. Okay to decent armor for battlecruisers. Yeah, they're not bad. I'm curious about their battleships and those battlecruisers with the 18-inch guns. Okay, my formations are behaving so far. So far, very well behaved. Yeah, I gave the Svea a huge pagoda mast tower. Kinda ruined her looks, I think. Maybe a little bit. Gonna be interesting to see when I get the Mark III 16-inch guns and it's time to refit Maud and Märta. And also Riga. What kind of towers I can put on those? Because dip gives you access to a lot of towers you normally don't have access to when you're refitting older ships, which I think is cool. Because that lets you make it so that your ships actually look like they have gone through a modernization refit. Cordite 2 and picric acid. Mark 1 18-inch guns. Yeah, they're only Mark 1s, but they're still 18s, so they hit hard. Super heavy shells. Cordite 2, picric acid. I'm thinking you are a very explosive ship. Let's send out the torpedo boats for first strike. You are not loose, you are normal. Stop it with the loose thing. Are you also normal? You are also normal. That is fine. Frickless leading the line. My DDs are ready to zoom in when I need them. When I need a wall of torpedoes heading towards the enemy battle line. They do have some DDs and light cruisers of their own, though. Not many. It's a fairly light escort. I'm sending out the torpedo boats first, simply because they're more expendable than my DDs. Yeah, and they got almost the same torpedo armament. There is a light cruiser, which will soon no longer be. Let me just, yeah, seeing as I will need this task force probably next turn as well. Let's not waste too many shells. There are the two DDs. Let's see, and I think I've got a decent thumbnail here already. Accidentally, almost. Frickless. Friday. Tapper. Okay, you've already launched your torpedoes. As have you. Probably when my torpedo boats were heading in another direction. No, 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 no. Here come the torpedoes. You have a torpedo target here while you are retreating. T-15. I'm gonna need you to detach as well. Yeah, we're good. Maybe we're gonna get some hits, or maybe not. T-14 goes down. Sad loss of an old loyal torpedo boat. Now, T-28. I need you to detach as well. But first, your torpedoes free. Please launch. Don't think you launched. Because I wasn't paying attention, Fricklers actually took a torpedo, I think. Did you? You took 2 torpedoes. Darn it. Probably aimed at the torpedo boats too. Let's bring in one squadron of DDs. There we go. Torpedo hits on a battlecruiser. And on a DD, actually. Well, let's bring in you guys too. T-22, you can probably get away with doing that again. Maybe. T-15 somehow still afloat. Let's pick out some targets here for the big guns. You don't all have to be firing at the same ship. Let's see, these guys. Also Mark 1s. Lots of armor for a battlecruiser. T-15 sinks. Fricklers is being focused by big 18-inch guns. Needs to withdraw to the back of the line. Hasn't taken a lot of damage in terms of structure though, so it's not too bad off. Okay, there we go. Flash fires on Almirante. Torpedo targets. 12.2 kilometer range. The ships in the back are not quite in range yet. For Circuit 02, you almost got range on this thing. Let's just try that. Okay. Apparently that was not a good target for you. Victoire? Maybe? There you go. Good. Torps in the water. I love to see it. Berserkers are fine, mostly. Flamberger. Got an ammo detonation on Richelieu. So at least I know their DDs do not carry reloads. Good to know. Battlecruisers, you can start targeting these battleships. Bringing in the next destroyer squadron here. Cut off these enemy battleships. Secondaries can of course target the closest DD. If you've got nothing else to do. Let's see, what do we got going on here? Berserker 02. You've kind of badly banged up. These guys are good to go, and they should be reloaded soon. Let's see, Levrette still has ammunition. She's not flash fired yet, so she's a target. Those are the enemy battleships, and they're what I'm gonna go for with the Berserker squadron here. My guns don't just take care of it. You can gun down the enemy Ds on the way. Okay, I haven't refit the berserkers with Mark IV double barrel guns yet. They're mainly been torpedo focused. Levrette sinks due to heavy flooding. Okay. Languedoc. Virginaud. Danton. And Surveillante. Actually, let's do that the other way. Because they're on different courses. Let's see how this goes with the torpedoes. Pretty close, which is risky, but it means I've got a better chance of actually hitting. That's a pretty decent fan of torpedoes going out. These battlecruisers are no big threat, really, because their guns blew up. Just when I'm about to score a bunch of torpedo hits, my big guns just solve the problem for me. There we go, did get some torpedo hits out of that. Yeah, did get some torpedoes out of that on Richelieu. Wait a minute, I've got these things ready to rock. If they will even be needed. And as long as Frictlös doesn't take any more flooding, she's gonna be alright. Still 77% structural, which is the only damage that actually persists between battles. Top of Friday, focus on Richelieu. Now I can actually giddy up with the battlecruisers. I'm getting closer. Let's see. It's gonna be interesting to see which of my ships did the most damage here. Looks like Svea, with her 12 Mark III 14-inch guns, which is not too surprising. Actually, Vandermeulen has done a lot. Friday too, surprisingly, with only 13s. And only 6 of them. French do score a big hit on Svea, but, well, potentially big hit, but it was blocked by the armor from one of the 18-inch guns. Could have been very ugly. Richelieu goes down. Languedoc. Not doing too hot. She is gonna sink, but if she were to survive, she would need a long stay in the dock. And Languedoc sinks. What's up, Doc? Ooh, Berserker 08. You are detaching. You're detaching and you are launching. These two, I need to just make sure they don't hit each other with torpedoes. 06 is not going to hit anyone with torpedoes because they blew up. And I have to do this on pause, otherwise it's impossible to select the ship I want to select. There's a lot of unnecessary damage taken from those DDs. And they will not even score any torpedo hits. What was that hitting the berserkers? It was mostly secondary guns. Yeah, 5 and 4-inch guns? 4-inch from the no? Anyway, we're gonna sink this thing. With or without DDs. And I've still got decent amounts of ammunition left. You two will cease fire. And I think you will cease fire as well. Not too bad, given the the calibers we were up against. Let's go with AP. In fact, let's turn the guns off for now, just get into a better position and then open fire again, because, well, it's not like that battlecruiser is going to do anything to prevent me from getting into position. Not without her main guns. So I can get nice and close at a flat broadside and just not worry about anything. Secondary is doing big amounts of damage here. I would have thought her armor would protect her from all my secondaries. Okay, you know what? You're angling away. That just means I have to get at you from two sides at once to get that nice flat broadside. Or I can hurt you without okay, fore and aft belts are not that thick. Or I can hurt you without wasting all my ammunition. So Maud will go from that side, Vanamoinen and Ilmarinen from the other side. Is that a good angle? I think it is. And there we go. Executed by 16-inch guns. That was not too bad. I lost 5 ships. Sadly, 4 of them were my irreplaceable torpedo boats. That's a sad loss, given that I can't get them back. And 1 was a Berserker class DD. At least the torpedo boats weren't actually worth much in terms of money. Like, the 4 of these worth less than that one. French DDs, quite expensive. Light cruiser, well, actually not that expensive. Their battlecruisers, quite pricey. Battleships, not that expensive considering they had 18-inch guns. Levrette and Surveillante actually on top of the damage score, but I think they were the ones farming damage on my torpedo boats. Which, yeah, as you can see, 381,000 damage taken by one boat, 159 by another. That explains these numbers. Yeah, nice. So, not the battle I was after, but the one I got. Now, as for the French, I will agree to a peace treaty from them, so they don't just end up taking a lot of land from me with their army. However, they did start a naval invasion here, which is a bit annoying. Let's see, do I have any more torpedo bolts I can send out to join that formation? Any more Flambergés? No, just the one. Okay, no, I got 2 of them. That's still not much, though. That's still not much. I can send out the Vikings, but they just end up being put in the same divisions as the Berserkers, while being quite a bit slower. What's the top speed of a Berserker? Is it 34 knots? Yeah. It will be refit in 2 months. Overall, not too bad off this force of ships. So I will try again to engage the Brits next turn. Do I not have any more of the berserkers here? I got 2 being repaired. I got a couple of Valkyries. But they're kind of different boats. So that's just got to be how that is. Now then, for some invasions here. There's a lot of stuff I can invade. Northeast England, only 284,000 tons. Eastern England, 148. That is not too bad. Scotland, I think, would be difficult. What's the name of that place I wanted to invade again? Let me just double check. Belize. Belize. Here we go. 18,000. Let's start with that one. I need to up my my transport production by at least a little bit. Monthly balance is not the greatest right now with all those ships out to sea. Shipyard development 213 million. I think maybe that can wait, actually. Yeah. Let's put that on hold for now. Which is, yeah, I was expanding it by 18,000 tons. Yeah, let's put that on hold for now so I don't bleed away all my money. We can start up again when it's peacetime. The French are sending more ships. And sadly, we can't actually get a peace treaty right now because they've got this invasion active. And I would really just like to have them out of the war. That's what I would like. How badly was Friklös hurt? Not too badly. Do I have any more ships I can add to that formation? It's like the normal, what's the total crew size in this? I got room for 3,000 more crew. I'm not sure if that will make any big difference though. I would like this to be ready now. But it's got 2 months left, so sadly it won't be. Yeah, I only built 8 berserkers. I regret now not building more of them, just to cover losses and stuff. But that's how it is. If I need to, I can supplement them with the Vikings. But again, it's just the different speeds. That's gonna make things challenging by working them together. Yeah. 366,000 tons. We're gonna be outweighed by almost double. But that's fine. We can take that as a challenge. I've got ammunition left. I'm curious to see what kind of battleships the Brits actually have. That fight will probably have to be in the next episode though, because it's undoubtedly it's gonna be a big fight. Let's hope I actually get that fight with the British and not just more with the French. Yeah. We'll see. Goodbye, and take care.